In this video, we're going to talk about a new Roblox game inspired by Deathball, and we're going to see, is it going to be good or not? And so, without further ado, please hit that like, subscribe, and let's get into it. So yeah, there's a server, and there's this developer called like Daisu, like DYSU, and I'm going to show you some information on what this game's going to be like and such, and I think I have a couple of sneak peek pictures. And I'm just going to give you my advice and such along with it as we read these notes. So yeah. Okay, so this is the head developer here. I think it's this person and one other. I think it's a guy. These people, they put like girls as their profile pictures and it's guys and such. It gets confusing, but let's get into the actual specifics here. So I said, what's your goal for making this game? Just a passion What the heck am I hearing, dude? People are speaking different languages or something? Okay, let's mute that. Okay. I said, what's your goal for making this game? Just a passion project, a better Deathball. This will help me give feedback in the future video. Yes, because this will definitely matter. Because depending on what their answer and such is, if it's just like a passion project, then yeah, you can't really hold them to a super high expectation. But if they say this is going to be the next Deathball and it's just trash, then yeah, the expectation and the reality is completely different. So let's read this. They said, well, I was a pretty active player in Deathball and I always liked a lot of things they did, but there were also many things that bothered me a lot. However, I kept farming, training, improving my skills in the game because I knew those things could change in the future. Blah blah blah. I always followed X-Clone Commander for the trades, and I fell in love with when I discovered how things worked. But the game itself was kind of boring for me. I managed to get 2K eliminations 1 week, I think, but what did I gain from that? So what really kept me from going was the trading aspect. I ended up collecting a total of 50 million gems. Jeez, oh Pete's. Okay, so they go talk more about it, and they say, my mindset through all this is to create something that I enjoy playing, something that I can open every day and have fun with my friends. My focus is not making money from the game. Of course, that's a possible outcome over time, but it's not my goal. We will have paid features in the game, but they will be for us to invest in the game and will not offer any kind of advantage. There will be no pay-to-win elements. So yeah, so it's going to be a variation off of like Deathball, but it's not going to have any pay to win. So it'll probably just be cosmetics and such like that. But they probably won't even have like a character that's like 300 Robux that's a good character, like Kilo or whatever that they had for Deathball. I always have been a competitive player in other games outside Roblox, and I've seen that games here are only focused on attracting kids to spend their money. I want to change that. I want to bring competitiveness, and that will be my main focus. But above all, I want to create a community that supports and most importantly loves the game. That's my focus. Create a game for the community, made by the community. Okay, so that is their focus. So when this game comes out, just remember that their focus is like a passion project that's competitive based, that's not pay to win, and don't necessarily compare them to games like Deathball and such. So yeah, now let's go actually look at the notes. Okay, so X-Clone Commander made this a bunch of notes right here of the game, and we're gonna read them and just like talk about them. So shout out to X-Clone Commander. He does have a YouTube, so if you want to search him up and subscribe to him, go for it. So the game's called Dashball. Gameplay, there's 3 HP, so just like Deathball. No champions. No abilities. So there's no champions, no abilities. Dash, double jump. The ball will curve and bounce off objects, so DB physics, not blade ball. The gimmick is your dash resets after you deflect the ball. No pay-to-win abilities / champions like other Deathball / or Blade Ball games. So this is really interesting. So it's going to be a different take. So you get the double jump, you get the dash, you get 3 healths, but there is no abilities. So some people might say that this will get boring. And if you're a casual player, you could probably argue this game would get boring. But from a competitive standpoint, if you're basically your ability is you get the dash every time you deflect the ball, that's like your ability, so to speak. And if it's competitive, then it seems like that would actually be kind of fun to at least try out. If you're just a casual player and you might not enjoy this game that much. This might just be no pay to win stuff, no outside. It basically making it as skill based as possible. Trading, some type to train would be added, probably some kind of boost system. AFK orb will not be added, or if added, would be limited to 1 account. We specifically discuss how to stop it from ruining the economy. The way you attain items have not been decided yet. Now, my question is, how do you limit to 1 account? That I feel like that's super tricky. Because if you have boosts and such that can sell, I feel like that can be a little tricky to prevent other people from destroying the economy. Because like if you take Animated Fitness, Pet Simulator, you know, all that, like you can just make a 50 accounts and you're set. You're a billionaire. So let's read on. The way you obtain items hasn't been decided yet. Tournaments/ranked may have unique items like Champion Scythe and Deathball. We've been talking a ton about how to make it good, and I'm telling him every problem Deathball has to try to help him not make the same mistakes. We've been discussing how rare to make items a lot too, so prices are insanely high, but rare items are still cool and highly valued. I think the one that has the best chance was making low drop rates, but items would never be permanently removed. Okay. As far as items go, he's planning to have a secret rarity of weapons with finishers, and he showed me one of the finishers, and it looks something out of an anime with a katana. There's a clip I can show of that. There would be no S grade like Deathball, as far as we talked about. Competitive. Okay, so this is the actual, like, the formatting of the playing system. 1v1s will be the focus, so best 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5, I believe. I do not know if all ranked/tournaments will be 1v1s or how it all end up working, but 1v1s he wanted more than anything. I personally would give my opinion and say add in 2v2s and 3v3s because I feel like that can still add a competitive element, and it's just fun playing with your friends on a competitive level. So that's just my thought there. Development info. The game is very early in development. He wants to avoid the pay-to-win crap the other games are doing. It's a passion project dev team of 2 people. The Discord server, I'll put a link on this video when I get it. I believe he wants feedback on the direction of the game. You might want testers for the game as well whenever it gets to that point. And when we get to the end of this, I will put a link. I'll put a link in the description. Yeah, because you guys can actually copy that and use that. I'll put a link in the description of my video. So, yeah. And maybe I'll comment down as well. But there is no ETN when the game would be released currently. He said there would be testing for the game, and I get in whenever he does that, so I would hope to update you guys whenever I can. I recommend the same kind of kill/win tracking all in Deathball games have been, because I think people enjoy it. That's true. Okay, so that's about it. Now let me show you some sneak peeks and such. So if let me can I move that? You guys can see it, but it's discord.gg/dashball, and the 2 developers is Daisu and the Selfish right there. That's an interesting profile picture. It's like a Sigma cat with like a JoJo hairstyle. But anyway, let me not get distracted here. But yeah, you can go over here. There's announcements. Oh, geez. Okay, they have different languages, so they're okay. Where can I go to? Is there sneak peeks at? Yeah, let me go over here. Okay, so this is a sword. That's a sword, and this is what. Look at that. That looks really dope. I mean, look at that. That looks really sweet. I think they had a video here. Yeah, let me see. So far, the concept for Deathball finishers. I want to make it very clear that no, this is not official Deathball finishes, and it was not made for us. We intend and are sure that we can do something on the same level, and if we can't, we will pursue it in the same way, even if it comes out of our pockets. Okay, so they want to make it something similar like this. So this is not the actual, like their finisher, but I guess this is like an idea of what they're trying to go off of. So just to give them like a point of reference, but like that'd be really cool. Just a little added touch. So yeah, I think this would be really fun and such. I think if you're making the goal just strictly competitive and cosmetics or like the things you can buy and such, I think the game will do well. I don't think it's gonna be like 30,000 concurrent players, because quite honestly, I think the only thing that's stopping this game from blowing up is recognition. I feel like if they don't get a like a bunch of exposure to it, this game will never really explode per se. But I think it'll do pretty good and have a player base, and hopefully it could crack into like 10, 20, 30,000. It's hard to just make a Roblox game and it just like magically just like, but maybe they do so well and everything's so good and it does hit it, and I would love for them to do really good and such. So I'm going to I'll put the link in the description and such. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are, and yeah, have a good one.